not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Ask the Experts show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, good afternoon. Well, I guess it's kind of good
Good
evening.
evening. Today's show, we are trying to see if this video streaming is working. You can actually go to our Facebook at Ask the Experts with Steve O, and you can actually watch today's show. Today is a great show. You know, we've got hurricane season right around the corner, and we have one of the top property damage attorneys, Josh Whisler with Whisler Law Group, and we'll tell you the difference in having an attorney versus just a insurance adjuster. And I haven't seen Josh for a while because I had my knee surgery, but we are back in living color. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Steve, it's great to see you. I'm so happy
This is good.
you're back and you're doing well.
So you're at home,
I'm at my home office.
right? How's it been working like this with the virus?
So the truth is, we actually were set up to work virtually already before this. So we had a really easy transition. As you know, a lot of the stuff we do is litigation. So we're in the courts, we're taking depositions, we're really hard at work. And thankfully, the Florida Supreme Court has now allowed virtual depositions and virtual court hearings. So even though the courts are physically closed for the most part, Steve, I got to tell you, we've actually never been busier. We've stacked up. We've got several depositions scheduled per day. We're in front of judges virtually, like I said, and you're also allowed to have court reporters swear in witnesses remotely. So this has actually been, obviously this is a crazy time we're dealing with. But in terms of efficiency for the court system, this is actually a positive step that if it becomes permanent and the judges and the Supreme Court continues to allow this process, we're going to be able to get a lot more done for our clients in the future.
Okay, so do you like it better this way?
Yeah, we're able to do more. I don't have my team. We don't have travel time, or sometimes we've got depositions that are out of state or different parts of the state. We don't have to cut out a whole chunk of time for that. We can just show up on our computers and be able to go about it. Now, I will tell you something. The insurance companies have been trying to use this pandemic to create additional delays for our clients. So they've been trying to use this as an excuse to basically call everything off. And so we say, how are you using this as an excuse? You're not being you're not compromising your health at all. You can take the deposition or take the hearing from the comfort of your home. Obviously, if someone's sick, we don't, they need to get care of. But as long as you're not sick, you got to show up for the deposition, show up for the hearing. So there are certain insurance companies, which I won't mention names, but they basically said, "Oh no, we can't do anything until this, until this pandemic is over," which is all that is an excuse to try to delay and not pay the policyholders. So we don't stand for that. We make them we make them file an emergency motion, and we say we're not buying that excuse. You show up and pay for the claim.
Josh, I love what you do as an attorney. Tell the listeners out there about your law firm.
Sure, thanks, Steve. So we handle all issues dealing with your property and casualty insurance policy. Most people are familiar, with hurricanes. If something happens and they've got damage to their house or their business, we also see. I mean, we've been dealing with pipe breaks recently, and that's been a challenging issue currently with the whole COVID-19 issue. And also a very popular issue right now has been business interruption for commercial policyholders, for business owners.
I did not know you worked on those type of cases. So
Yeah,
there's public adjusters out there. They're not attorneys. You're an attorney. So when you contact the insurance company, you're contacting them as an attorney. That has to make a huge difference.
it definitely does, because we know all the laws and the correct language that we are going to put out there at the beginning of a claim. And if they mess up on any little issue, we're going to go after them. So we have that backing of the law, and we know how to use it to our clients' benefits, which someone else that doesn't have the law, if they make a threat, a lot of times it's just an empty threat, nothing to back it up.
And you also get compensated different too than a public adjuster does.
Yeah, so that's one great thing about Florida. If we do have to file a lawsuit, the insurance company is not only on the hook to pay our clients, but then they have to pay us separately. So the longer that they delay the claim, the more money they're going to end up paying. So it makes sense for them when they see an attorney showing up to the claim, it is in their best interest to pay the claim right away.
Tell people now, what area where is your office, first of all?
So our main office is in Hollywood. We also have satellite offices in Boca Raton, in Naples, but we have clients all across the state. And again, with the whole transition to a virtual practice, as I would call it, because now you can do depositions and hearings virtually, it's so much easier to take care of clients wherever they might be. So we cover the entire state, but our main physical office, where majority of the team is down in South Florida.
What kind of calls are you mostly getting now?
Like I said, we've had recently that we've had some actual pipe breaks and some questions with business interruption. So I've been telling, yeah, if you want to tell, all your listeners, we're doing free policy reviews for whatever, any type of policy you have. Specifically, it's the question a lot is coming up on the business interruption. It's a very complex and complicated provisions that they put in there. So we're doing free policy reviews to let you know what type of policy you have and if you're able to go after certain coverages or not.
Explain about business interruption insurance.
Sure. So that deals with commercial policies. So if you're a business owner, and then basically a common scenario is if something is preventing you from running your business, then you would be able to go after benefits for that lost income. So if, let's say, you're making, $5,000, $10,000 regularly a month, more, less, and then something happens, whether usually it's a storm comes in, there's
What about a virus?
vandalism, something, a virus, something happens to prevent you from running your business, you can go and try to get those funds. But the insurance companies and the people that write their policies have, from past experiences, decided, hey, we don't want to pay for this. So they've added so many exclusions to the policies that really limit their benefits. So the truth is, majority of people, even though they think they have coverage for what we're going on with Corona, COVID-19, they don't, but it's really policy specific. So that's why it's so important to review the policy by a professional to tell you straight how it is. There's some people out there that will just tell you what you want to hear. We tell you the truth. And we'll do that comprehensive review and either highlight where you might have a case or tell you, due to these exceptions or exclusions, there's not going to be anything there.
How would insurance companies know to put something in a policy about a virus like this?
Well,
Nothing goes by them.
After SARS, they started changing policies to adding exclusions. Basically, what happens, and this is overgeneralization, but any major event where the insurance companies end up having to pay out a lot of money, the renewal policies and the policies that come after that event usually add a bunch of language to limit those benefits.
Wow. Isn't it a good idea for people just to have their policy? I mean, I know you probably look over policies because people a lot of times think they're covered for something and they're not.
Not most of the times. I see that all the time, and it's so crucial. It is so crucial on an annual basis. You need to be reviewing your policy. And if you can't understand the language, which most people can't, do the right thing and have somebody that's knowledgeable and can tell you where your gaps are. And unless you're dealing with a high quality, very professional insurance broker or agent, most of the times they won't even realize what is covered and what's not. So that'd be my advice to
It's
definitely
always
get
too
your
late.
policy. For business interruption, it's too late, but it's not too late for hurricane season.
Okay, we're going to go to break. Josh, give everybody your phone number if they'd like to reach you.
Sure. 561-299-4523 is my direct line. The best, come to our website, whislerlawfirm.com. We've got a lot of great free materials that can help you out. So that's what I would recommend.
We're going to go to break and we'll be right back with attorney Josh Whisler.
At the Whisler Firm, they represent homeowners and water mitigation companies against insurance companies who have denied or underpaid claims resulting from property damage. Attorney Whisler is a strong advocate for the policyholder in cases against property insurance companies and will aggressively fight for his clients to ensure a timely and favorable settlement on their behalf. They strive to provide a small firm experience with big firm results. The Whisler Law Firm will help you maximize your compensation. Attorney Whisler is aware of the complicated process of insurance claims and litigation, and to this end, his clients can expect to receive professional, individualized attention as he works tirelessly to provide them with a positive outcome on their claim. Insurance company's number one priority is to pay you the least amount possible. At the Whisler Law Firm, their main goal is to get you the most money for your claim. Contact the Whisler Law Firm today at 561-299-4523 and let them get you the most for your claim. That's 561-299-4523.
We are back. We're here with the Ask the Expert show. We're on every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7. And I already got 2 text messages, Josh. And they both said the same thing from 2 different people. They're asking, with people being home so much more now throughout the day, is there a better chance of having plumbing leakage?
Yes. And what we're seeing is a lot of times college kids, right, are coming from up north. So we're gonna get a little down and dirty, right? So most of the plumbing lines in Florida are smaller in diameter than plumbing lines up north. So you have a lot of people up north that just they flush things down the toilet or put things in the sink that they shouldn't be, where it's okay with the plumbing systems up north, but it's not cool down here. And yeah, you're seeing a lot more of backups and plumbing issues because of that.
We hurricane season starts in actually I think it's in June, I believe. And I was just telling you before the show, the institute in Colorado, the university there, who does a lot of the projections, have said this is going to be the worst year ever for hurricanes. What should people be looking for in their policy now before all this gets started?
So one thing you want to look at is your hurricane deductible, and that's typically either a 2% or a 5%. And you should just know what basically your current financial status is and decide which deductible makes sense. Another important one is to make sure that you have law and ordinance, and to see if you have enough of that, which basically means that if you have to um, do remodeling or reconstruction on your home because of a loss, right? Your local county is only going to approve your permits if you do things up to code, right? But your house might be kind of old. The last time you did work was a while ago, so you were grandfathered. But any new construction, you're going to have to be up to code, and that typically costs a lot more money. So the law and ordinance coverage in your policy will handle that gap of, let's say your roof costs X amount of dollars, but because of the new code, it's going to add 10,000. The law and ordinance will cover that difference.
Are codes different by county?
So generally speaking, building codes will go by the Miami-Dade building code, because those are some of the most stringent code compliance rules out there. But every single county will have differences in how they go about administering permits.
What should people do to prepare for a storm? I mean, with their house, as well as their
So
business, actually, not just their house, their business too.
look, there's so many different things, and that's one thing that I'm very big on in my firm with my clients and just with my families. Preparation is the most important thing. Just for yourself and your family, you want to have a hurricane emergency kit, and on our website, we've got links to how to prepare for that and what you should have in that. You need to check to make sure. I'll give you a good example. If you've got the old-fashioned shutters that you put up yourself, make sure you've got enough of the right wing nuts. A lot of times we see people wait to the last minute and they don't have enough or the right supplies to board up their homes. So get that stuff now. You also want to make sure right now, if you have any trees that look like there's too much overgrowth, or some branches that are too close to your property, you want to start trimming those right now. You don't want to wait.
You have another text coming in. What if you've settled a claim within the last year? Can you still go back in again?
So generally speaking, the simple answer is no if you've signed a release. If you've just settled a claim but there's no release that's signed, you can reopen it. It would be called a supplemental claim if you found more things that you didn't know about originally, and that happens a lot. But if you signed a release for a claim, your odds of reopening that are very slim.
Okay. Wow, we're getting people texting today. That's good. So we have someone contacts their insurance company, they have damages, and their insurance company says, we don't cover that. This is a test now. What's the first thing they should do, Josh?
They should call me because I smell
Yeah,
BS.
very good. Because
And,
what
and,
is their job?
and yeah, anytime an insurance company tells you something without verifying it. I mean, we see that all the time. They'll say, "Oh, well, you know, they didn't do your client didn't do this, or they don't have this policy." And I say, "Okay, show me the proof." And most times they can't.
Their job is
Typically,
to pay you the least amount, right?
exactly. That's you know, they get. I'm sure they get rewarded for the less money that they send out to the clients.
Well, you know what, Josh, I'm going to tell you why what you do is so important because, I mean, we had tile problems and they just wanted to replace the broken tile, but the tile doesn't exist anymore. So who would know that, let them get away with just replacing certain tile when it should have been you coming there going, wait a minute, the whole tile needs to be replaced. And they know that you know.
Right. What they try to take advantage of people that don't know the law. So if you have the law behind you, you're that much more powerful. So I mean, we would know the law that says that you're entitled to basically what we call matching tiles, right? You're you're entitled to your pre-loss condition, right? So when the insurance company says, "Oh, here's $10, you could get a handyman, you know, to fix that." Well, when you originally contracted for your policy, you paid top dollar for that premium, right? You didn't pay a cheap policy for them only to cover for a handyman, right? You paid that you should be able to hire a licensed contractor to do whatever work is necessary, and the payments that they typically give out would never cover for a licensed GC or a licensed plumber to do that work.
I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I love what you do so much. There are public adjusters out there, and if they don't get the money from the insurance company, the next thing they do is they contact a lawyer like yourself. Why wouldn't people just skip that and go call you direct?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. Um, it's
I mean, you know what I'm
it's a one.
saying? It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's a look with us. It's a one-stop shop, right? You don't need to go to different people. We bring in if we have to hire right top like plumbing experts to come in, we do that. You know, to back up the claim. Everything is done, you know, to the highest professional standards, and you don't need to go to multiple people to handle your claim. We handle everything inside. So yeah, it makes the most sense to just call somebody like us if something happens.
how long does litigation usually take when you finally have to go to court?
I always say it all depends on the person on the other side. And I never answer that question because you just never know. There's so many
Every case is
variables.
different.
Every case is different. It could be from 1 month to 2 years. So and there's just too many variables. We try to exert as much pressure as we can to get the claim resolved early as possible. But again, you have to remember that it's in the insurance company's best interest to delay the claim as much as possible.
Exactly. Josh, I love what you do. The name of your firm is Whisler Law Firm. Give everybody your phone number.
Sure. My direct line is 561-299-4523. Visit our website, whistlerlawfirm.com. We got a lot of great information on our Facebook page, our LinkedIn page, the website. Just great free content that everybody can definitely use.
You never know when an emergency is going to happen. We've got hurricane season coming up. Write this phone number down. Give them your number again, Josh.
Sure. Direct line is 561-299-4523. Who doesn't like free things? We do a full free policy review, let you know if you have any gaps. So you might as well give us a call and let us be able to help you prepare.
And Josh will be back with us again next month. Josh, great job as always. And we'll see you next month.
All right.
Stay healthy,
safe.
bro. You too.
You got it.
We're going to go to break. We'll be back in a few minutes.